Right, so in this 5-minute video, I'm going to go over our study abroad scholarships. So you just need to log on to mydtcc.edu and then go to your student resources tab. This should be what pops up automatically. All right, so you have some information over here. You have your financial resources, and then underneath financial resources, you have your scholarship application and search. So you just click on that. Okay, so you can search the scholarships by clicking on the search scholarships button. And then I always search by study abroad. Use study abroad as my search term, and you can see all of our scholarships pop up here. I'm not going to go into all these in detail, just so you know there are each campus. There's a college-wide scholarship here called, where is it? Right here, the Presidential Scholarship. This is a minimum of 2.5 GPA. This is one that most people end up getting as long as you meet the minimum requirements. It just depends on how many people apply, but this is one that is awarded based on your GPA and your scholarship application, but the amount you're awarded is a sliding scale between $500 and $2,000 based on your financial need. So just make sure you have your FAFSA on file. We look at that FAFSA in order to determine how much you are awarded. Whether or not you are awarded anything is based on your GPA and your scholarship application. Then there's one of these international education scholarship funds per campus. Again, this is a minimum of 2.5 GPA. This also requires you to, if you're awarded this, you have to commit a certain number of hours, of volunteer hours, to help us promote study abroad um, next year, so within 1 year. And then each campus has their own campus scholarship. So this is the Stanton George, this is the Owens, and then we have the where is it? The Terry. So these are all, each campus is a little bit different, but there's usually 10 of those worth around $1,000 each. And how competitive they are just depends on how many people apply. And then there's this Sudanese Saliba here. This is a college-wide one, very competitive, minimum of 3.0 GPA. There's two of these college-wide this year. Okay, so what's great about our process is you only have to submit one application in order to be eligible for all of these scholarships. So you just hit the Apply Now button right here. And then it's going to ask you to log in, right? So you log in, and I'll log in here. And so this is basically what you see as a student. So a couple of important things here. Number one, if for any student that applies for any scholarship at Delaware Tech, you need to fill out this general application. Okay, so it says scholarship application. So when you click on this, I've already started it, but this is basically, basic demographic information, your work history, some other stuff. So you have to fill this out in order to be eligible. But what's great about this is they actually will use the information that you provide in that application to make suggestions for scholarships that you may be eligible for here. Okay, so that's a really good thing to fill out anyway, even if you're not, honestly, if you're not going to study abroad, you should fill that out to see if you're eligible for any other scholarships. You just never know. So then our scholarship, or excuse me, study abroad scholarship application is right here. So you notice it's just one application. So I've already started it. Um, and so you just fill out, your name and, sort of some information here. You can figure all that out. But I want to show you the scholarship essays. So you can see there's a series of essays here. There's 6 essays, one, two, three, four, five, six. Don't be too intimidated. These are only 300 words. This is like half a page. So a paragraph or two will fulfill that. And that's the maximum. Like it doesn't have to be that long, but you definitely want to put your best foot forward on these. We read every single word of every single one of these essays. So make sure this is totally buttoned up in terms of your grammar, your spelling, your punctuation, and of course the content. Make sure that you answer the question. And just remember, we can only base your score on what you put on this essay. So we don't know anything, and we can't consider anything else about you other than what you put in this essay. So just make sure you're very clear. If you feel like, you've done something or you otherwise meet one of these requirements, just make sure you explain yourself really well, and explain yourself convincingly. Okay, so we use these essay scores plus your GPA, and those are basically how we score your application. So this single application will be used for all of the scholarships. Another really important thing I want to point out is you need one faculty recommendation um, for to be eligible for the scholarships. You can see this button down here. This is at the end, right? So all these scholarship questions is at the end. So you click on this button, you can see it's just a name and an email, and then you send it. Um, do this before, you can do this right away. You do not need to complete this application before you send this out. So it's never too early to get this faculty letter of reference in. Um, so I strongly suggest that you send that out as soon as you can. That way, it gives the faculty as much time as possible to submit their recommendation letter. Um, so for 2025 courses, which is 2024 fall, okay, so the fall of 2024, the deadline to sign up or to submit this application is December 13th. Okay, December 13th is 1 week after the semester is over. So that gives you a little bit of extra time after the semester to complete these. Um, but one thing to point out is that if you plan on going to the writing center for assistance on these essays, which I strongly suggest you go down there and just drop in and have them look at your essays. It's not open after the semester's over. Um, so you want to, take care of this as soon as you can. Um, but yeah, as long as you have your application in, you have your letter of recommendation in, and you're signed up for the course on December 13th, we will look at your essay, and then sometime in January, we'll let you know if you're awarded anything. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Just remember to really, write the best possible essays that you can. Take your time with these, um, and keep your GPA up, of course. So if you have any questions, let your local international education coordinator know. All right, good luck.